All praise, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone. Also want to say peace, safety, much love, and blessing to the Akim across the four corners of the earth that are pushing out this truth and sincerity and putting their lives on the line to do so. I want to say shalom to you, brothers. I'm the brother Arak out of GMS Atlanta, back in the spirit with another lesson, and Lord willing, the lesson be edifying to an elect member too. I'm going to entitle this lesson, Be Closed-Minded. Okay, be closed-minded. Because I was watching the Apostle video today, Apostle Tahar, and he was doing a response to a video that the elder out of Las Vegas, the elder Karatazar, made concerning a group of guys here in Atlanta, that are teaching wayward doctrine, okay, and using the cover, not literally using the cover of Great Millstone, but the guys, they learned from Great Millstone and they appear outwardly to be a part of Great Millstone, but they are not. And the things that they are teaching is not of the teachings of a Great Millstone, okay, but they were basically saying everybody, including Edomites, can be saved, okay. And Apostle Tahar went into the word simple, okay, which I'm going to go into as well, and get a few precepts and also a definition, and bring it all home, tie it all in together, and Lord willing, the lesson be edifying. So this is Proverbs chapter 7 and verse 4. It says, "Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman." Verse 5, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. All right, now the strange woman, you may ask, what does a strange woman have to do with doctrine? Okay, because all throughout the scriptures, wisdom is compared to a woman. Okay, so strange woman would be strange wisdom. Wisdom that is not profitable, that these guys and these other camps are just pulling out of their ass, man. Just things that they ought not to be that they ought not to teach, which they haven't even been taught. Because like I said, the guys, they open up with the salute, as if we doing Great Millstone. They wear the tattered garments, okay. But the things they teach are not of those of the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Okay, so that's strange, man. That's a strange doctrine. That's strange wisdom. All right. So the scriptures here in Proverbs 7 compares it to a strange woman. All right. And keeping in mind, wisdom is always referred to as a woman in the scriptures. Okay, so from the stranger which flattereth with her words, for at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and behold, among the simple ones I discerned among the youth a young man void of understanding. All right, and that's what these guys are. They're young men void of understanding, because I believe it was the elder Karatazar. He went back on the videos, and the guys have only been around for roughly 2.5 years. They're young men, but they're also simple young men, okay? And those that are simple as well will hear, the teachings that these guys are spewing out, and take it as bond. Their word is bond, and not look into things. Because the simple believeth on every word, but the prudent man looks to his goings, roughly paraphrasing. All right, so let's get this word simple in Proverbs 7. Here is H 6601, and the word is pathe. Pathe. It says simple, foolish, open-minded. All right. Now in the world, they teach you to be open-minded. All right, yeah, you got to be open to new things. And no, man, when it comes to doctrine and the words of Yahweh Shemi Yahushai, if you're open minded, you're subject to be infiltrated. Okay, because one with open mind will, yeah, like the guys growing up, that try to fit in with everybody. They do whatever the crowd's doing. They're considered open minded. First they're introduced in the cigarette. So yeah, man. I try a cigarette. Then they introduced in the weed. Then it goes in from weed to smoking crack. Because they're open minded. They want it. They won't say no to anything until they'll try it. Next thing you know, they bugged the hell out and drugged out. Just as an example. That's where open-minded leads you to. Okay? But when it comes to the scriptures and the doctrine, you have to be closed-minded. All right? And I have that word here. Closed-minded in the Merriam-Webster. It says, not willing to consider different ideas or opinions, having or showing a closed mind. Because if you're fully persuaded, all right, pursuant to Romans 14:5, which I'm going to grab real quick. If you're fully persuaded, that doesn't lead any other opinion or ideas to creep in, because you're set on what it is and what you've been taught, and you're sticking with it, through faith. All right. So you don't want to be simple and open-minded, man. You want to have a closed mind when it comes to the doctrines and the teaching of the scriptures. All right. And that's why it's important not to go around every camp and be listening to IUIC and GOCC and ISUPK, because you're an open-minded individual. You become simple, man. And you believe every goddamn thing you hear. Okay? So let's get that real quick. Romans 14:5. It says, one man esteem of one day above another esteem of every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. And that's the key. That's the sign of a closed-minded individual that can't be penetrated. Your mind can't be penetrated, because you almost have to have a certain level of stubbornness. All right. You get around, these guys that are teaching these things, and next thing you know, Satan creep in and you start reconsidering, and these guys are set up, man. Hey, Apostle Hart said they may be agents, So from there, let me go to 2 Timothy 3 and 13. It says, 2 Timothy 3:13, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Because even if they aren't agents, they are deceivers, right? They're deceiving the nation, man, by teaching things that they ought not. And the simple-minded, going back to Proverbs 7, those that are open-minded will be drawn right in, man, and be led astray, So it says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. But continue thou in the things in which thou hast learned and has been assured of, Salakia, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. All right, that's a closed-minded individual, one that has learned and has been assured, that they've been led in the right direction, and no other opinion or idea is going to creep in. Definitely not no goddamn Edomites being saved. If you that simple, then the Lord just ain't dealing with you, man. Because there's plenty of scriptures that go into, that the Lord only came for the nation of Israel. Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. You got Psalms 147. You got Acts 5:31. Okay, you got 2nd Esdras, what's that, 6 and like 53 through 55, where the Lord compares the other nations to spittle. Continuing on, what that was the point. Got one more precept. This is the book of Ephesians 4 and 14. And it reads, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men, and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive. All right. And that's what those guys are doing, you know. And if you're an open-minded individual, which is simple, you'll be deceived, man. All right. So mark these guys that are teaching things they ought not, and get away from them. Okay. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I'm gonna end it by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruach HaKodesh. Shalom.